Work-life balance. What is that? Is it real? Can it be obtained? Have you figured it out? Tried it? Worked it? Work? What is work-life balance to you? And do you think it's a real thing? Let's start with that.
I made work life balance work for me because that falls back into the discussion we had about did I think kids change the direction
of your career.
and in this aspect it did in that way because I did just enough to make sure I had a roof over our head, but I never missed a practice, I never missed a game, and that was something that was important to me. So I guess in that aspect I made sure that work life balance was incorporated some way in my life because I needed to be there for them.
Mhm. Yeah.
But
But I
you
sacrificed
sacrifice your
me being
progression in
able
your career.
Yes.
Yeah. So that goes. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, yes, there's a balance, but it's never equal because you can't. What I'm trying to say is you can't expect to be like in a
50,
C-suite
50.
and it can't be 50-50
Nothing's
where you're going to be up here and still you'll have a successful family, but name me any CEO or CFO or someone in a C-suite or you don't have to be. You could just be in a VP. You could just be very prominent within your level of your career. And they have kids, and them kids don't have one memory of something being missed.
Yeah.
I get, name me somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're going to have something. So it's never going to be 50-50. You're always going to have some sort of sacrifice.
And that's but you found the balance and you found the happiness of the decision that you made to
Yes.
say, okay, I'm gonna work at this level
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna be okay with that. I'm happy where I'm at right now because it's allowing me to give my kids and my family the time that they need. And to some people, I don't know if they ever get that level of comfort in making some decisions like that. I won't say it's for all, because there probably are some people out there who are just like you as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because here's my thing. I tell my kids today, if I had an option, I definitely probably would have chosen a different career path
Mm-hmm.
because not to say that I don't like where I work and I'm not happy in my job, but I think there's something that's very important to work the job that makes you happy despite the money.
I guess for me, I personally don't think it's something that is like false because there's no real. I don't think you could really achieve balance with it.
And life in general, or
There's just the whole work-life balance thing.
Yeah.
Because I say that the caveat to that is your desires.
Right.
Okay.
That's a big driving point because if you are ambitious and you have big desires to accomplish things professionally
Mm-hmm.
and still want a family,
Mhm.
that is a very hard thing to achieve.
Yeah.
Where you will not feel any elements of guilt.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, so I think that in that sense, that's what I mean by it's false. It's
Yeah.
like you can't really achieve both, in my opinion. You
Yeah.
can't be
It's challenging. It's
the freaking CFO, CEO, whatever in the
and
C-suite,
it's not forever, right? So
no, that's what I'm saying. It
so-
ebbs and
yeah,
flows,
right,
you know,
right.
and that, but so it ebbs and flows in that there will be times when you are gonna be focused on work.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's not that you're not focused on the kids, but you definitely focused on work. But then you're going to have that element of guilt
Right.
because
Yes.
maybe you missed a game.
Mhm.
Maybe you missed a recital. Maybe you were late to a recital.
Or you
Maybe
didn't even give 100% to a project at work. You know you didn't bring your A game.
that too. So that's when you flip it on that
Right.
side because you're focused on your family
Right.
that you didn't bring your A game.
Right.
So now you're like, damn, I know I ain't gonna get that promotion or it's
It's
messing your head. It's messing with you.
Right. Yeah, because you
You
know,
know?
you've done you get 110%.
Yeah.
3 quarters come the fourth quarter. That's like a lot of family stuff happened this per se, right?
Yeah.
And you're not giving your full self. So even though you gave those 3 quarters, 110, 50% or whatever,
Mhm.
you're gonna think about that one time
Yeah.
that
It's gonna be in your
didn't
brain.
you didn't bring your A game.
Mhm.
Because you had to focus on something. It's just a natural way of being, especially if you're very driven and driven in both work and family life, right?
Mhm.
So you're trying to have a successful career, but you're also trying to have a successful family.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it is very challenging because you're always thinking about something falls to the wayside. It has to be.
Yeah.
You cannot. There's only 24 hours in a day. I know people say,
Mhm.
"Oh, there's 24 hours in a day. You can plan out your day where you can get accomplished everything in every hour of the day." Some of it is true, but you
Mhm.
can't accomplish like when you have a to-do list yay long or whatever. Something's gonna happen today,
Mhm.
tomorrow, the day after that. So that contributes to a part of trying to establish work-life balance, but it's always going to be something that should have gotten done that day.
Yeah.
Be working with children that had to either be delegated to somebody else or it just didn't get done. There are things now that we can schedule that'll save us 15 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour, 30 minutes, or whatever.
Oh yeah, I'm all for that.
Drop off laundry services. They ain't drop off no laundry back then. We
Yeah.
wash clothes and iron everything
Yeah.
back then. You have food delivery, you have grocery delivery. I mean, so what resources are you using to save time in your day to try and get towards a better quality of work-life balance?
I definitely leverage like the resources of delivery. Right. Anything that I can outsource, any food delivery, anything that's gonna give me back my time.
Yeah.
I am for that.
Right.
Because I gotta allocate my time to other shit. You know, and then when my kids were younger, like they had different extracurricular activities that I had to be chauffeuring them around to. I don't got time for this.
Right.
You know, so if something could be delivered, something could be done, and I have the means to, even though it's coming out of my pocket and I gotta pay for it, I'm gonna pay for that.
Right.
Because it's just a convenience. And honestly, till this day, I still do that.
It's almost a necessity now at this
But
point.
I mean, yeah, if you, yeah, for sure. Like but years ago when I didn't have the means to pay for it, I was doing it.
Right.
But I guess having done it myself, I know the value of the time it's given back to me.
Right.
So I'm like, shit, I'm gonna outsource that bitch.
Absolutely.
And we gonna be good with it.
I'm trying to buy back some time, because with buying back some time gives you time to do the things that you need to do to go back to taking care of your mental health, taking care of that self-care. Because you think about it, yes, you put yourself in a position to be very available for your children and for work, as we all did. But trying to find that, well, it's like 5 minutes in the bathtub ain't doing it all the time.
Cal gonna take me away. It's done.
Take me away.
Yeah,
That shit wasn't doing, because you know somebody knocking at the door all the time.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
You can't
I
even
remember
go
them
and take
days.
a nice little piece
Nothing.
of nothing. Like Carrie, doors something. So like I'm trying to appreciate taking care of me now that I have the ability to do so. So I try to save time so I can allow time for self-care, because we're still busy.
You got to consider what's the convenience. How much is that worth to you?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If it's worth that extra 20 bucks on top of you paying, then you gonna spend that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you kind of weighing out the options, like what's it worth? And you know, in the grand scheme of things, that's the same thing applies to work-life balance. What's it? Depending on which way you go, and whatever you decide to do, what's that risk that you're taking? What is it worth to you?
Yeah.